Amanda, what is your date of birth? It's Amanda Hunt?
Yes.
Okay. Um, so I kind of spoke with you briefly over the phone, okay, about why we're here, and it's about something that happened back in May 21st, I believe, 2021, here in Silver City, okay? So that's the reason you're here. You're not in trouble or anything. Like you said, doors closed for privacy purposes only. You don't have to talk to us at any time. You can stop talking to us. You are in contact with advocates who are here with you today, okay? So anytime you just don't want to talk anymore, just let us know. So where do you currently live?
2545 North Silver Street.
Okay. Here in Silver?
Yeah.
How long have you lived here?
Probably close to a year now. I want to say like maybe 8 months.
Okay. 8 months. And what brought you here to Silver?
I wanted to get away from my parents.
Really? Where are your parents at?
In Lordsburg.
Lordsburg? Okay.
My father passed away, but my mother is still alive.
When did your father pass away?
About a year ago on July 22nd.
Oh, well, sorry to hear that. I mean, it's never good when a parent or family member dies, so sorry to hear that, okay? So have you, since you moved to Silver, have you always lived at that place?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so, so this incident we're talking about today, okay? We spoke with your mother already this morning in Lordsburg. That was the first person we talked to. I barely got the case yesterday. So here we are today. Okay, so if you could, I'm sure you know what we're talking about involving an officer. Okay, if you can just kind of just walk me through what happened at the date of this incident, and then we'll probably have questions after, just to clarify things, certain details and stuff. Okay. Like I said, if you need to take a break or whatever, just let us know. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So that day I was out walking my dog. We were just out like in front of my apartment to. I was just taking him for a poop, and this big black pickup truck pulled up like in the parking lot, right near me. Came out and he of the truck, and he started to ask me questions like, well, he started out by saying that he was called in to locate a lost dog, that someone named Sarah had lost their dog, and he was supposed to be looking for the dog. And he approached me and said, well, does that have anything to do with you? And I said no. And he started asking me questions like whether I had a job and things like that. And I said no. And he said, well, if you come back to the station with me, I know local businesses in the area. I could give out your number and kind of maybe help you find a job in the area. Weird, but it's a police officer, right? You expect to be able to trust them, and for God's sakes, you'd think that a state police station across the street is like the safest place that you could be. So I agreed to go with him. He asked if, I believe he asked if I needed a ride in the truck, and I agreed. And so we went over across the street to the state police station, and we walked through, and it didn't really seem like there was anyone there at the station. I didn't hear any noise or anything coming from any other rooms. But he walked me through, and we went through a long hallway, and at the back there was a door that he took me into. When we were in that room, he sat down, one of those swivel chairs that he had like right here, and I was right here. And so he started to ask me things like, you know, what my qualifications were, what I could do if I had any experience and things like that. And at some point during the conversation, he said, "Well, you're gonna have to like wear appropriate clothing to any job that you were to go to." And he started rubbing my shoulder like this, where there was a bare patch of skin, because just like I said, I was taking my dog out for a poop. I wore something light so that I could just go out and get back in the house. And then he after that he went back over behind the desk that was kind of like right there. It would be where you were sitting, and he started to, he kept asking questions and things like that about what I could do, and he. Hang on a second. This is where my memory gets a little.
It's okay. You can take your time.
So he was asking me questions, and after he was done, he got up and he said, "Okay, we're done." And then he asked for a hug, which I felt weird about. But I'm in this situation where like there's nobody around. It's just kind of what's is he going to follow up on that? Is something going to happen here? And so I just agreed because I didn't really know what to do. And I hugged him like this with the arm to the side, and I was going like this because I was kind of nervous to be hugging someone twice my size. And he looked down at me and asked me if everything was okay, and then he brushed my arm aside and asked me if I was embarrassed of these, and he grabbed my boob. And at that point, I didn't like object or anything to it, not because I didn't find that objectionable, but because I don't know exactly what to say in that sort of situation, so I just kind of went up, started walking away, and he went and opened the door, and we went back through the office, and went back to his truck, and he drove me back to my apartment and dropped me off, and that was pretty much it.
Okay. Do you remember what day of the week this was? If you remember, if you don't, it's fine.
I don't think I could remember off the top of my head. I want to say maybe like a Friday, but I could be wrong.
Okay. When he picked you up, or when he drove up to you, was he alone?
Yes.
Okay. Could you tell by how he was dressed what police department he worked for?
I believe so, yes.
And what the agency was at?
Not sure at this point. It's hard to remember the details of someone's outfit from that time.
Did he have a badge on?
I believe he did, yes.
Okay. So he was dressed like a police officer.
Yeah.
And like a duty belt with equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And his vehicle, was it a police vehicle?
I believe so. Honestly, I couldn't tell from just looking at it. It did look like something a police officer would use. It was large and black, but I didn't really identify any markings on it.
Like, for example, anything that stood out as you were in the vehicle with him?
Don't think there was much that stood out in there.
Okay. I know some people like to hang trees from their mirror, like for the air fresheners, or stuff like that. Anything, maybe sometimes people put like rosaries or crosses, anything like that stands out.
The only thing that I remember about it is I think there was like one of those sort of screen things, like one of those Bluetooth screens in the truck. I think there was one of those.
Okay, like a GPS type thing? Or?
Yeah, something like that.
Gotcha. So when he first made contact with you and he was asking about a lost dog and if you had anything to do with it, did he, I mean, why did he approach you? Did your dog look like the dog that was missing, or did he say?
Sure, he just said, well, it's just weird, because I'm looking for a lost dog and you happen to be here and you have a dog and I was just wondering if you had anything to do with it. And that was his only real explanation of why he would approach me about it.
Okay. Was the lost dog the person who reported it? Did they live in their apartment complex or something, or did he get into that detail?
I don't think that he did.
Okay, that's fine. So by the time when he first started talking with you till the time you got in his truck and left, how much time was that?
Probably about 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay. And so when he's talking about this dog, did he change the subject and start asking you about if you work and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So was that his? Oh, so other than the dog, the lost dog topic, was that one of the first questions he asked you if you worked, or was there something else between that?
I feel like there was a couple of questions between, but there was probably not more than 3 or 4 questions before he started asking me about whether I had a job and things like that.
Gotcha. Any reason or you know why he was asking you that?
No, it just kind of seemed at the time like he was making small talk, like he was just trying to make some kind of conversation.
Okay. Gotcha. So have you ever seen this officer before?
I haven't seen him before, and I haven't seen him since either.
Okay. So what I'll ask you to do, because the state police office is pretty close from your place. Let me back up real quick. I'm sorry. From your apartment to the state police office, what did you guys talk about?
I believe he was asking me questions. I know on the way back he was asking me questions like whether I had a boyfriend and things like that. On the way there, honestly, my memory is not as clear. I think he was asking questions more about whether I had any past work experience and things like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Where did you sit inside of his vehicle?
In the passenger seat.
Front passenger seat?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So when you get to the state police office, okay, do you know prior to that day, did you know where the state police office was?
No.
No idea.
It's kind of hidden back there. You don't really see it.
Okay. And I apologize if you said this already, and I might have missed it. How did you know it was did you say it was the state police office that you went to?
Yeah, well, it does say it on the building, okay. Doesn't it?
Yes, because we drove by. We haven't been inside it, and I haven't been here in years and years and years, so I don't know what the inside looks like anymore. I don't even remember it being there. Yeah, it does say there's a sign there, but I just wanted to clarify that you said it was the state police office. So I don't want to put words in your mouth, you know what I mean? So could you draw out what you remember when you first walked in the door to where you actually went, draw a little map of what you remember from the inside of the building?
Yeah, I can try.
To the best of your memory, okay?
Yeah, when we walked in the door, I think there was one of those, metal detector things.
So let's say, because we drove by the building and there's it looks like a gravel lot or something, okay, and then I think this will be the front of the building, and then this will be the street you live on, Silver Springs? Silver Springs, dirt lot, and then so here's the front of the building. I think it's pretty much flat, like that, right?
I think so.
So you pull up, and then let's just say this is the front of the building and this is the inside of the building, okay? So wherever you want to put the front door, wherever it's at.
It would have been off to the side because we went like that.
Gotcha. Okay, so then what's after the front door?
I think there was a metal detector. And probably like doors and stuff that I didn't notice somewhere around there. We passed by a couple of things like a desk and some other details, but I didn't really think very much about them. But I think there was like a desk around somewhere like here.
Okay.
And we walked past that, and there was like a long hallway at the back, like that. So we went straight, and then we went into this door at the back. And the room itself, well, just it was kind of like a standard, office type room where there's like a desk and a chair and things like that. There's a little chair that I sat in the corner. And I think that's really kind of the best that I can remember.
Okay, so this door, this was the last door down the hallway?
Yeah.
On the right side?
Yeah.
Okay, and then so there's a desk in the back corner and the chair, like, it looks like it's close to the door.
Yeah.
So, where was he at? Where was he sitting?
And it would have been like right there,
Okay,
adjacent to me. And then later on, he moved behind the desk.
gotcha. So when you guys first got in the room, you guys both sat in these chairs that are right at the entrance to in his office?
Yeah.
Okay. So then he goes to behind the desk?
Yeah.
What is he doing?
I think he did a little typing at the computer. Mostly he was fidgeting with a pen for some reason or another. He was doing a lot of just kind of staring straight at me and then like chewing on a pencil or a pen. And he had like paperwork and stuff behind the desk, I think. And he wrote down my number because he asked me my phone number, so that's where he wrote down my phone number.
On a paper on his desk?
Yeah.
And just while I have this in my mind as you're talking, has any businesses called you?
I know.
Okay. So in his office itself, anything that stands out, like maybe hanging on the wall, the pictures of kids, dogs, sports teams, anything like that?
Not really.
Okay. So we got at least 2 chairs right here, a desk, any other furniture that you can remember at all?
It's hard to remember at this point.
It's okay, that's fine. And it's been a little while, but it's fine. If you don't remember something, that's fine. Okay. So how long are you in his office, if you can remember that?
15, 20 minutes.
Okay. And what ended the conversation there in the office?
That was when he hugged me and did something inappropriate, and then I walked away.
Gotcha. So I'm trying to see how, like, did he just take your number down and then hugged you, or?
I think so. I think that after he took my number down, he was like, well, that's pretty much all the information I need to know, and then he attempted to hug me.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you know why he got on his computer?
No. To be honest, I'm not entirely certain about that detail at this point. I'm pretty sure that he did, but I'm certain about that.
Okay. Did he say he was going to look up something for you on his computer or anything like that?
No.
Okay. What about his phone? Was he on his phone looking at anything for you or showing you anything?
I don't think so.
That's it. So when you first walked in the actual building itself, from the parking lot to that office back there, did he put his hands on you at any time?
I do not believe he did that while we were walking back there.
Okay. What about when you guys were leaving?
No, I believe he walked ahead of me.
Okay. And so this day, what? I know you had kind of mentioned what you were wearing.
Yeah.
What were you wearing that day?
Like, it was a shirt with, like, I had open, like, I had straps. There were this, like, kind of little straps. Like, it's hard to describe, but I was wearing, like, my shirt was, like, up to here, and then there were straps, like, around here.
Was it like a t-shirt though, like a t-shirt type, or
Spaghetti strap.
It got closer to a spaghetti strap.
okay. So when he hugged you, what arm did he use to hug you?
I believe he used his left arm wrapped around my back, and then used his right arm to grab me.
So he hugged you with both arms? Gotcha. So were you facing each other when he hugged you?
I was kind of facing toward this way because, like I said, I was trying to kind of give like a side hug.
So your left side went to his body, and then so he hugged you with both arms, but you only had one arm around him?
Yeah.
Your left arm, because you're simulating your left arms.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he went to hug you, did his hand touch your skin, your bare skin?
When his left arm was wrapped around me, I don't think that was touching bare skin. It's difficult to remember, but I think that he was mostly just touching like the shirt, and there wasn't a whole lot of bare skin contact.
Okay. Okay, so when he during this hug, is that when he touched your breast?
Yes.
Okay, and how did he touch it? I know it sounds like a weird question, but can you kind of like what do you mean? Like how did he do it?
My arm was like this. I'm always a little nervous about this area. He kind of came from the side and did this.
So when he wrapped his arms around you,
Yeah,
okay, so his hands went completely around you, and then he grabbed.
I think so.
How long does his hand stay there?
About like 5 seconds. And I'm not sure if he would have continued, like, because at that moment, that was when I broke away from the hug and started walking toward the door. And he went over to the door and opened it for me.
Okay. So during this 5 seconds where he has his hand on you, on your breast, is he saying anything to you?
He asked me if I was nervous about them, and that was about all that he said.
Okay. How did that make you feel? What he was doing and what he was saying?
Obviously pretty uncomfortable. That's not exactly normal conduct, is it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as he's touching your breast, he's saying, is it making you, or what did he say? I apologize.
Well, because I was standing like this, he asked if I was nervous about my,
Nervous, okay. If you were nervous about
uh,
these, or
yeah, these.
as he was, okay, gotcha. What did you tell him?
Like I said, I didn't know what to say in that situation, so I made kind of a nervous sound and then walked away.
Okay. So questions about this, but it's we gotta know everything, okay? As he's touching your breast, is it over the clothes or under the clothes?
Over the clothes.
Over the clothes, gotcha. Okay. So once you pulled away, correct? That's what you said. Pulled away. Did he tell you anything after that?
No, not really. I think they said, okay, something along the lines of, all right, well, let's, I don't know, something like, we're kind of done here, something to that effect, but I can't be sure exactly what he said at this point.
So after that, at that point, did you guys leave then, or did you stay around for a little bit, or?
We left at that point.
Okay. So from the time you guys left the office to you got back, did he take you back in his truck again? How did you get back home?
Well, he took me back to the apartment in his truck.
And,
So.
gotcha. So from the office to his truck in the parking lot, did you guys talk about anything?
I think he was quiet until we got into the truck.
Okay. So what did he start talking about in the truck?
He started asking me questions like if I lived alone, if I had a boyfriend, things like that. Can't remember all of the questions, but it was definitely things that seemed a little abnormal, especially in light of that behavior. Just things that made me feel especially vulnerable. Like I said, he was asking if I was alone, if I lived with my parents, things like that. I answered honestly because I didn't want to lie to a police officer.
Right. Okay. So from the office to back to your apartment, is that what happened? You guys went straight there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when he dropped you off, did he tell you anything?
If he said anything, I don't remember at this point.
Did you get off the vehicle on your own? Did he open the door for you? Did he get off with you?
I think that I just got out on my own because I remember that when I got in the car from my apartment, he was just standing behind me while I was getting up in the truck, which seemed a little unusual because usually people offer to help me because I'm so short, and this was a pretty big truck, and I was kind of struggling to get in there a bit, and
So he said he didn't help you get in the truck?
he did not help me get in the truck, and I don't think he helped me get out when we went back.
Okay. So when he dropped you off, he stayed in the truck then, basically?
I believe so.
You got out, so he didn't walk you to your door or anything like that?
No.
Gotcha. So after this day, or this incident, did you tell anybody about it?
The first thing that I did was tell my mother about it because I figured that I would probably have to report it, but I was not so eager to report it at that point because I didn't even know what to do. So I reached out to my mother right after it happened, and I told her what happened, kind of get an idea of what to do at that point. I think she was the one who reported it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, she did. So, okay. Anybody else other than your mom?
I did tell a neighbor about it because the women in my neighborhood try to tell each other about potential threats that come up. So I did tell my neighbor, whose name I honestly do not know. Like, it's so awkward. We've been talking for months, and I don't know how to ask her name at this point. She's in a wheelchair, though.
Is that the one that was right next to you? Is it
Yeah.
the same? Okay, yeah, when we were knocking on the door, she came out. When did you tell your mom that same day, the next day, the following week? Do you remember?
I told her the same day. I think I told her once I got back into my apartment what had happened.
Okay. Did you talk to her on the phone?
I think I texted her and we talked on the phone a little bit.
Gotcha. Do you have those texts?
I think that I do.
Are they saved on your phone? Do you have your phone here?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have them, I can just take a couple pictures of those if that's okay with you.
Yeah. Let me see if I have them. It's been a while, but I didn't delete them. Looks like the texts from that day are missing. I can't find them. There's like a week gap around that time.
Okay, that's fine then.
I do know that police officers that came to my house immediately after they took pictures of the texts.
What do you remember? What police officers those were?
I know. I just remember. I believe they came from Albuquerque.
Okay. Okay. Since you drew this, could you just put your name on there? That way, we can say that I drew that for you or something like that.
And then if you could date, today's the August the 25th.
It's actually August 8.
Sorry.
There, you're good. I do that sometimes too.
Yeah, I also lose track of time. That's what my favorite date is. So Ms. Honda, I actually have a few follow-up questions as well. I'm assisting with the investigation. You gave a lot of information, so we just try to clarify some stuff so we can perceive it the right way that you're saying it. Okay. So just to start off with, do you remember the dates of this happening? I know you said it was on a Friday, but do you remember like the date, month
It was the 21st of May. I'm pretty sure.
of this year?
Yeah.
And where were you standing when he pulled up in the truck? You said you were.
Standing by, there's like a light pole near my apartment. I was standing right next to it, so I would have, my apartment is here, I would have been standing like about right here.
Okay. And you're with your dog. So he came up, and before you got back in the truck, I'm assuming you went and put your dog back inside the apartment and you came back out to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you tell him you were going to go put your dog away and you go with him, or how did that?
He told me to put the dog away.
Oh, he told you to put the dog away.
Well, I told this, it was less firm than that. It was like more like he was suggested that I put the dog away so that I could come over to the station.
Okay. And he might have asked you this already, but did he get out of the truck to talk with you, or did he just pull up and he was talking to you from as he was sitting in the truck?
He got out of the truck to talk to me.
Okay. And did anybody else see you out there with him in the parking lot?
Don't think so.
None of the neighbors or. So just to clarify, he approached you. And you didn't approach him. How did he call you over? He just like yelled out to you, or signaled to you? Or...
Yeah, I believe he waved at me and he asked something like, "A lost dog in the area. Would that have anything to do with you?" I think that was how he initiated with me.
What kind of dog do you have?
A German Shepherd mix.
And This the whole time you were with him, did he make any phone calls to anybody while you were with him?
No,
Did he have a radio in his truck?
I think that he did.
Did he utilize the radio at any points during your interaction with him? Did he call out he was at the office, or did he pull out the mic and talk into it at any point?
Don't think that he did.
Did he have a computer in his truck?
Yes, that may have been the GPS-like thing that I saw. I wasn't sure exactly what it is, but it was a screen.
It was an actual laptop.
Mm,
Because we carry laptops in our
okay. No,
vehicles.
I didn't see any laptops or anything like that.
Um, the paper that you wrote your number on, what kind of paper did you write it on?
He wrote it, but not sure. It looked like just a regular blank piece of paper that he was writing on.
Was it like something like this kind of paper? Was it like with the same like new lines, just like general notepad paper, or like was it like a plain all white paper? Do you know specifically?
I think it was plain all white paper. It looked like it had been like torn off. Like it was a little corner of one.
Oh, it was torn off. He tore it off.
I didn't see him torn off, I don't think, but it looked like it. Like it was kind of frayed at the edges, like someone had torn it off of him, I think.
And what is the number that you gave him to write down?
My current number, which is 2.
5499. Okay. And were you said you were seated in his office with him, across from him, so you could see what he was on his computer doing, right? And then you went over that. Were you able to? Do you remember the make of the truck, the model?
Not sure about it, but I think it was it looked like a Ford. Looked like it was. I can describe the truck, but it's a lot harder for me to like put a make and model to it. It definitely looked like it was from like a recent year, like 20 or 2019, 2021 truck.
Was his radio on, or you had like radio chatter you could hear in his truck?
I don't think that it was.
Did you see any other vehicles parked at the office when you got there with him?
I feel like, yeah, I think there were other vehicles there, but I didn't take notice to what they looked like or anything like that.
But nobody else was there. Well, you said he grabbed your breast. Which breast to be specific? And then you motion to your right breast. Okay. And you said he wrapped his arm around you, hugged you, and with his right hand, he squeezed your breast. You said, did he squeeze your breast, or how did he?
Squeezed it a bit.
He squeezed it a bit, so he applied pressure. Okay. And are you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you that it wasn't like he was hugging you and his hand might have like accidentally gone over? Are you sure it was intentional?
I am
Just to clarify.
100% certain because he brushed my arm aside. Like I said, I was going like this, and I was trying to protect that area, as I often do when I'm around men. I mean, I'm not sexist or anything, but sometimes things happen, and I try to be protective of those areas, and
So his intent, you believe, or you perceived, was that he was sexually touching you in that manner?
yeah,
Okay. Were you wearing a bra that day?
no,
Breast
yes.
for 5 seconds. So I have to ask you, okay, because this will come up during investigations, we have to ask some of these questions, just to clarify, if it, further investigation further down the road, At any point, did you make any type of advancement? Like, did you make any type of interest, or like physically or verbally, did you make any type of actions to, provoke this type of behavior from him?
I prefer women, so that wouldn't happen.
And at any point during that time that he touched you, was it ever consensual at any point?
No.
He just grabbed your breast and he said, does this make you nervous? He said something along the lines of nervous, is what he was talking about,
Does this make you uncomfortable or something like that?
as he was doing this.
Yeah.
And you said you had kind of pulled away at that point?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was his demeanor after that?
Um,
But let me ask you this first. How's his demeanor as he was doing this to you? Was he like was he whispering to you? Was he like talking to you in like a strong tone? What was his demeanor as he was talking to you as he was doing this?
no, honestly, he said it very casually, which struck me as just very odd, something like that. But he didn't really change demeanor at all the time. He was fairly he had like a neutral tone and things like that. He didn't really whisper or do anything that was especially unusual, other than the you know.
I know it's tough, so I'm sorry to ask these questions. It's very, we do these investigations, it can be traumatic, so we have to, you disclose to your mom, you disclose to your neighbor, you disclose to them, you disclose to us, and, victims often disclose in courts, and it's just repetitive, so,
Yeah.
it's part of the process though. Okay, so you're doing the right thing, talking to us about this, and being cooperative, yeah? Missing dog, Sarah, in the apartment complex that was missing that you know of?
Yeah, I have no idea if there's a Sarah in my apartment complex or not, but I've never heard of a Sarah,
Did he
and
say he was looking for it in the apartment complex or just in the area?
I think it was just in the area. I don't know of anyone named Sarah in the area either, but then I don't really know a whole lot of people.
Okay. Was he wearing a body cam at any point that you could see?
Don't think that it was.
No. What do you want to see, Lux? Do you have any follow-up questions? I'll ask this question last.
Yeah, just did, at any point from when he first made contact with you to when he dropped you back off.
Did he tell you any specific position that he's gonna try to help you get a job with or anything like that?
No, he just sort of said that he was gonna give my information out and see what he could do.
Did you ask him at any point or tell him that you needed a job?
I believe after he asked me if I had a job or not, he asked me if I was looking for work, and I said yes, but other than that, I didn't give any indicators. Like, I know that's kind of a confusing way to word it. That's a strong indicator, but I didn't say other than that I really needed work.
As you were talking, I just thought of another one. Did he say why he was taking you to the office rather than just getting your phone number at your apartment?
He wanted to get some information about like what my past work experience was and things like that. That's what he told me.
Was he, as you were telling, did you tell him your past work experience at the office?
Yeah, we talked about like what things I thought I could do and stuff like that.
Was he writing this stuff down, or
Yeah.
he was? Was it on the same piece of paper he wrote your phone number down on?
I think it was a different piece of paper. I think he was writing it on like lined paper or something
Was this by his desk, or he was next to you?
when he was at his desk.
Did you see what he did with the paper? Did he put it in a drawer?
I think he put it in a drawer, yes.
What do you believe should happen as a result of this investigation? How do you feel about it?
You know, I'm not judge and jury, so I can't really say what should happen to him, but I think that, you know, I've been told by a lot of people that I look underage, and I worry that being right near the high school, if he is out there intentionally predating upon people, that's worrying to me that he might be near a high school and attempting to predate upon people. So the first thing that I would say I would see happen is that he just has no capacity to sort of act on any predatory desires he may or may not have. I wouldn't want him to hurt anyone else. That's really the core of it, I think.
He never told you his name at any point that you remember?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
He never told you his name at any point?
He could have when he first stepped out of the truck, but I don't remember that he did, and if he did, I don't remember his name.
Could you provide his physical descriptors?
He sort of had like a balding look to him, like he had peach fuzz around the back of his head. He had grayish hair, and he was kind of, he had like a little bit of a beer gut, I think. He's not fat or anything, but not skinny either. And he was pretty tall, like probably at least 6 feet. He was a white guy, and he had fairly pale skin, not especially pale, but like just kind of like somewhere around mine. And I feel like he had kind of an angled nose. And he was kind of, something about his nose kind of stood out. Like, kind of, I don't want to say it was a big nose, but it was prominent. And he had blue eyes.
Any other scars, tattoos?
I don't think he had any scars or tattoos that I noticed.
So he's older gentleman.
Yeah, probably at least late 40s or maybe around his 50s. I wouldn't say like a senior citizen, obviously, but like definitely a little bit older.
So when we leave here, I'll give you a card. You have my number already because I've been in contact with you. Sometimes when we talk to people, they forget details, and sometimes it comes back to me later on in the night, whatever. Feel free to call, reach out, and we can talk about it within present, if you want. And appreciate you talking about this. I know it's tough. We don't know who we are. I don't know who you are, but we've been doing this a long time, so we've heard it all. So that's glad you spoke with us about this. Okay. So my business cards are out in my truck, so I'll have to give it to you out there. Like I said, anytime. It doesn't have to be today, tomorrow, whatever. If something pops in your head that you remember that we didn't talk about today, feel free to call me. Okay.
I think it goes without saying, just avoid that area for now. If you need any type of law enforcement assistance, just reach out to the Silver City PD here for this investigation. I mean, emergency happens, you gotta do what you have to do. But just for now, if you can avoid it, just, utilize the PD here. It's within city limits, so that should be fine, okay? Just avoid any type of further issues. And if he does reach out to you again, or, drives around your apartment or whatever, just go ahead and give us a call. And then that way we can follow up with that, okay? Because there are two different types of investigations going on. We're doing the investigation side of it, which will do the report, provide it to the district attorney for review, and they'll go from there. Okay, so we'll keep you updated as far as what happens during the investigation.
All right, I appreciate that.
All right. Did you have any other questions, comments, or concerns?
No, I don't think so.
We're good to go. We'll go ahead and start the interview. It's 3:20.